Hello everyone and welcome to Warwick Anglican Parish. Today we've prepared just a short clip with some visual information that might help us as we start getting our thinking around a return to church on Sunday the 2nd of August. So just a few slides and a few key messages to help out with that. Madonna's going around to the PowerPoint now. We were going to do a comic act, but we're just not doing it.
Sorry.
The first thing to remember is please stick to your service or your centre. And of course, do not come to church if you're feeling unwell or if you are being tested for COVID-19. Or indeed, if you've been in a hotspot in the last 2 weeks, or if you're vulnerable to illness or respiratory infection. The next thing to know is that we have started measuring up our church worship spaces. The key one is this: St. Mark's Church, while over 200 square metres, has a capacity for 62 using the 4 square metre rule for each person. And the 62 includes clergy or staff who are on that day. It's really important that if you are a Sunday service member at St. Mark's and you are not feeling well, or if you're worried that you are in one of the vulnerable categories, that perhaps you think about coming to the Sunday service and delaying it a little while longer. We're encouraging people, perhaps if you can't attend the Sunday service but you'd like a little bit of a quieter service, maybe starting at that later time, to think about the Wednesday service at 10 a.m. as an option. We don't really want to have to turn people away once we hit that 62 number there, but we think a way around it might be in getting those 2 services up and running. The next thing to notice is this. These are the key pieces of information. Don't come to church if you have COVID-19, of course, or if you're being tested for it. If you have any symptoms, shortness of breath, a sore throat, a fever, a cough, sneezing or a runny nose, or a loss of sense of smell. If you know that you've been in contact with any known or suspected cases of COVID-19 in the past 14 days, or if you have returned or been in contact with anyone else who has returned from overseas or a declared Australian COVID-19 hotspot within the past 14 days. Of course, that would now include locations in Sydney, in Melbourne, and in the Mitchell Shire district in Victoria. The parish is strongly committed to keeping people safe. We encourage you not to attend church if you are feeling unwell or if you are in any of these vulnerable categories. We will continue to prepare some online reflections for those who decide that it is safer for them not to attend church at this time. And we will upload the Sunday messages onto our YouTube channel for the Sundays that you can't attend. If you'd like to receive our sermons with the usual mail out that we've been doing and continue to do that, please just do let us know. The Sunday school is going to be temporarily suspended and our children's corner will be out of use for the time being, as will be our hospitality in each of the parish centres. Until we can get a better sense of the right way forward, we figure that these are, again, other ways that we can protect our community and protect the most vulnerable in it. We'd suggest that if you're a mum and dad or a grandparent with little children, please feel free to bring along colouring in pens and pencils, books, or other activities that your child or children can use while they are worshipping with us. Again, stick to your service or centre. Attending the Wednesday service at St. Mark's might be a better option for you now than our Sunday service, but if that is so, please stay within that Wednesday service confine just for now. Please observe also our signs and directions. They are provided for your safety and well-being. We need to stick to these required limits, and failure to do so can really result in fines for us. The other thing to know is that we of course are obliged to record attendance details, and we will do so with care, and we know that the details of home addresses and phone numbers are private and confidential, so we will endeavour to keep those that way. You also need to know that whenever you are on the church property, whether you're just calling in to say hello to Madonna and I, or whether you're here for a meeting, that you do need to sign in at the parish office or over at the church if it's for a worship service. Of course, we continue to ensure physical distancing, and we will have markers through our different church centres on the pews and on the floors to indicate that safe social distancing. We'll only be doing communion in one kind, just the bread, not the wine, and there'll be directions provided at communion to again ensure safe social distancing. We won't be doing a greeting of peace, not as a hug or a kiss or a handshake at this time. It'll just be a smile and a wave. And finally, just for your peace of mind, hygiene, cleaning and our mandatory checklists, yes, they will be up and running. The church spaces will be cleaned and sanitised before and after each service. Books, if we are using them, will be kept into storage and then not used for a period of 72 hours before we can then take them out and use them again. And we'll complete daily checklists at this time to make sure that we are keeping our community as safe as possible. Thank you so much for your care, for your ongoing support, and for the way in which as a community we have really just rallied together. These are uncertain times. So our prayers are for all those who are so desperately affected by COVID-19, those who care for them and those who look for a cure. If you have any questions or comments about Sunday and Wednesday worship services or worship services in your particular centre, please don't hesitate to contact myself or Madonna or our parish COVID warden, Mrs. Sharon Johnson. We are in the process of appointing district COVID wardens for each of our 4 daughter churches. And more information about that and the numbers limits on each of those 4 centres will be available and printed on our safety plan, which we'll be posting out in next week's mail out. That's the last week of July. May God bless you and may God keep us all safe. Amen.